All right. Good day, everybody, and welcome to Headline Hits with LW. It is Tuesday, July the 19th, 2022. A lot to talk about today. Some of it is comical. All you can do is laugh. So let's start off with the first headline. Let's talk about old crazy Joe. Joe Biden brags about putting gas money back in Americans' pockets. Prices still above $4 a gallon. What's that all about? Well, President Joe Biden bragged Monday, which was just yesterday, that the gas prices have fallen below $5 a gallon, demanding credit for the downtick in the cost. Of course, he wants credit wherever he can take it, right? Because he is very unsuccessful as the president of the United States. Well, he's not my president, and I still believe there's somebody else in charge. But listen to this quote: gas prices have been dropped for for 34 straight days, about 50 cents a gallon, end quote, he boasted on social media. Quote, that saves, listen to this, here we go. That saves an average driver of about $25 a month. Thank you, Joe. Appreciate that, man. That is a good job. I think it's more like probably $2.50 a month. I think your decimal point is off there just a little bit. All right, next headline. Joe Biden may call for a climate emergency this week. Listen to this, even his own party. President Joe Biden may call for a national climate emergency this week in the wake of his Build Back Better plan imploding, meaning it's collapsing on itself. At the close of last week, moderate Joe Manchin, a senator from West Virginia, refused to go forward with his party's economic package, citing its climate and emergency programs as well as its raising of taxes on wealthy Americans. As the New York Times reported, Manchin effectively shattered Biden's ambitious climate agenda, which aimed to be the largest single federal investment in American history toward addressing the toll of climate change. So Joe Manchin stepped up yet again. He's been pushing back on this Build Back Better plan since the very beginning. And guess what? Joe loses again. All right, here's a little humor that we're going to add to LWN headline hits here. Jimmy Fallon, listen to this. Jimmy Fallon, Fauci retirement has everybody wondering if Joe will do the same. This is coming out in the news, folks. Check this out. NBC's The Late Night Show with Jimmy Fallon reacted to Lion Anthony Flip Flop and Fauci announcing his plan to retire at the end of President Joe Biden's term by suggesting that everyone is wondering when President will do the same. Can't make this stuff up. Quote, I read that Dr. Fauci said that he plans to retire at the end of President Joe Biden's term. And then everyone turned to Biden like, is there something that you would like to announce? That is Jimmy Fallon right there, folks. All right, next headline. I thought this one was, we'll talk about it and then we'll wait for President Donald Trump's responses, right? 9/11 families blast Trump for hosting Saudi-backed LIV Golf League. After the PGA Tour canceled its tournament that were to be hosted by Trump-owned golf courses, Trump's Bedminster booked a tournament with the Saudi-backed LIV leagues. And now the 9/11 families are furious. Several 9/11 family members from the group 9/11 Justice sent a letter to Trump Organization protesting the decision to host two events from the Saudi-backed Golf League. One at the Trump National Golf Club, Bedminster in New Jersey, and another at Trump National Doral, Miami. In the letter, the group argues that the Saudis were a key proponent in the terror attacks that killed 3,000 Americans in 2001. So I don't know how Trump feels about this. I don't know if he's aware of this. I'm sure he is. I couldn't see that he wouldn't be aware of this. So I'm going to leave that right there, and we'll see if Trump responds to that and what his response is. All right, next headline is all about Oz. We were warned, and here it comes. Trump back Oz claims MAGA movement is dying in a fundraising message. Now, for those of you in Pennsylvania, this is a warning to you. You may come to the voter box in November and have to pick the lesser of two evils, which may be this candidate, which I do not support, but it may be this candidate. And if you have to choose this candidate over the other evil one, then I would say if he becomes your representative, I would definitely hold this man's feet to the fire, and I wouldn't give an inch on this guy. Oz, the Republican nominee for the U.S. Senate in Pennsylvania, endorsed by former President Donald Trump, claimed the MAGA movement is dying in a fundraising message sent to his supporters. Oz won Pennsylvania's GOP Senate primary by a narrow margin. And yes, it was a fight. He had to scratch, claw, dig, bite to get this thing won, and President Donald Trump stepped in and helped him. He won by a narrow margin with the help of Donald Trump's endorsement. The former president claimed that Oz, quote, will be the one most able to win the general election against the radical left Democrat looking to do unthinkable harm to our country. That's end quote for President Trump himself. Now, Oz reportedly fundraising by warning his supporters that the MAGA movement is dying. Now, I'm going to leave that right there. I don't like the guy. I used to watch him quite a bit on television, but this backstabbing snake, if this is true, people in Pennsylvania, be aware of it. You may still have to vote for this guy to get the left out of there, but this does not mean you give him any breathing room whatsoever. This guy right here, I have a bad taste in my mouth about it. I just don't know what to think about it. So that's it for the Oz. So let's head to the next headline. Boy, you can't even make this stuff up. Biden's assistant health secretary, Levin, whatever his name is, empowered youth to get gender affirmation treatment. You know, and looking at this picture, he really looks like Turtle Man Mitch McConnell in drag, to be honest with you. He looks, I mean, these guys, a picture right next to each other, they definitely could be twins. It's kind of scary, to be honest with you. Monday, during an appearance on MSNBC's Amanda Mitchell Reports, Assistant Health Secretary Rachel / Richie Levine, or whatever his first name is, first high-ranking openly transgender official confirmed by the U.S. Senate, argued that health policy to support trans youth giving what she or he deemed to be mental health issues, and that we should support our youth. I'm not going to, if you want to read this article, you can catch it in Breitbart. This guy is absolutely disgusting. I cannot believe that that is what America has come to be honest with you. Thank you, T. Clark, for the membership. I appreciate that. All right, here's more on the J6 committee. Of course, Mad Cow, she likes to cherry pick what she puts out for the news, and she really likes to promote the left and their propaganda. She is a mouthpiece for the propaganda machine. Witnesses continue to come forward. J6 probe may add more hearings. Representative Adam Schiff confirmed on Monday that MSNBC's Rachel Madcow show with his J6 committee colleague, Representative Adam Kinlingzer from Illinois. According to the California Democrat lawmaker, witnesses continue to come forward to share information with the committee. Therefore, the committee could add more hearings. Now, why am I bringing this up? Because they're going to drag this out for as long as they possibly can. Their mission, Mad Cow's mission, Adam Schiff, the entire Democrat Party, all of the propaganda machine, They're going to try to drag this into October so that they can try to convince people going to the voting polls in November that Donald Trump was part of all of this. He orchestrated all of this. The conservative movement is patriots are bad, 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 bad. All these bad, 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 bad people. That's what they're going to try to do. I'm calling it right here at LWN. That's their game plan. Never changes. I can't wait for the opportunity to meet Mad Cow in person and tell her how stupid I really think she is. All right, here is something that is very strange. Okay, so we have the J6 committee that says more and more people are coming forward to, I don't know, testify against what happened on J6, which I call BS on. It's all BS. Every bit of it's BS. But yet we have this article. No prosecution for the Stephen Colbert, Colbert, Stephen Colbert staffers. Why is the T silent? Does that even make sense? It looks like Colbert, but it's pronounced Colbert. Why don't you just take the T off the end of your name so I can pronounce it properly for you? Anyway, no prosecution for Stephen Colbert staffers arrested for breaching the U.S. Capitol. Did I not just read an article where they're going to continue to go after the J6 probe clear in October? But yet we have another breach of the U.S. Capitol. And what happens? Well, 9 staffers from the CBS's Late Show with Stephen Colbert arrested for allegedly trespassing in the U.S. Capitol last month will not be prosecuted, government lawyers said on Monday. So these guys did exactly the same thing that J6 did, and yet those people are held as political prisoners, don't have a day in court. They're probing and probing and probing, but yet these guys right here were just cut loose. No prosecution, no anything. As Breitbart News reported, the group was arrested in the Capitol's Longworth House office building and initially charged with illegal entry into the House office buildings after hours. Seems awful odd to me. Why they're persecuting and prosecuting one side of this and letting the other side go. Doesn't that sound familiar? Like the summer of love, the summer of blood of 2020, where people rioted it all the way across this country. They burned buildings to the ground. They destroyed police cruisers. They stormed police precincts and took them over. They beat people. They killed people. They destroyed mom and pop buildings and businesses, put them out of business, and nothing happened to those people. Communist News Network was on air live with a building on fire behind the anchor, and he said these protests are mainly peaceful. Nothing happened to those people. But yet, if patriots go to the U.S. Capitol to have their voices heard and to have their grievances heard, then that is an insurrection. These people breached the U.S. Capitol and nothing happened to them. Nothing. All right, moving on to the next article. Buckle up, folks. This is absolutely disgusting. I can't even believe what I'm reading. But be prepared. There may be a Planned Parenthood coming to a high school near you. I did not stutter. There may be a Planned Parenthood coming to a high school near you. California school. Boy, California School Board eyes opening Planned Parenthood on a high school campus in an 80% Latino district. Now, remember, they went after our Black African Americans by putting Planned Parenthood in strategic locations around this country to abort Black babies. Well, now they've got a new agenda. Why? I'm going to point that out here in just a minute. California's Unified School District is considering options for putting a Planned Parenthood clinic on a local high school campus. Planned Parenthood of Los Angeles is looking to open a clinic at St. or why I keep wanting to call it St. John, but it's John Glenn High School. I repeat, John Glenn High School in an 80% Latino, 90% majority school district. Let's read a little further. While abortions, puberty blockers, and hormone therapy are not listed as services to be offered at the proposed high school site, clinic staff will be allowed to refer students to off campus Planned Parenthood sites for those services not offered. What does that mean? Well, basically, it's a gathering place on campus where they can get young people to come in, and then they say, well, we can't offer that here on the high school campus for you, but we can offer it to you 2 blocks down at this Planned Parenthood. You can go there, you can get an abortion, you can get puberty blockers, you can get hormone therapy so you can turn into a transgender. It's disgusting. It's absolutely disgusting. And shame on California for even allowing this nonsense to happen. And once it happens in California, of course, other blue states will pick up on it and they'll do the same. But here's my other theory of why they're doing this. It's only a theory, but I'm going to throw it out there. George Soros has spent over $60 million purchasing Latino radio stations in Miami and all across the country. They bought up 18 of them because the Latinos and the Mexican Americans are very conservative. They are, they believe in God. I just don't even know what to say at this point. So they're buying up the radio stations to spew out the propaganda. And the next thing that they're doing is putting these Planned Parenthoods into Latino areas to abort babies. Um, it's all about control, folks. Every bit of this is about control. And I'm just highlighting this stuff because I want you guys to be aware of it. All right, here's something else that popped in into the headlines before I went live is Nancy Pelosi is now making statements that she is denying the fact that she has no knowledge, and I repeat, no knowledge of her husband spending millions and millions of their dollars buying up stocks that she's aware of that is going to receive basically a stimulus package. She has no knowledge of that, folks. Can you believe that? You're married to somebody and they're out there spending millions and millions of your guys' money, and your partner is doing that and you have no knowledge of that. She has no knowledge of that. Wow. Insider trading right there, and it needs to be stopped. All right, last headline for today. Hunter Biden may still own stock in Chinese oil company. Chinese records show. What am I talking about? Well, there is a company that Hunter Biden founded with 10% stake in the BHR Partners, still holds 10% interest in that company despite claims on the contrary, according to Chinese business records. Hunter Biden no longer holds any interest directly or indirectly in either BHR or Skettle. Chantel's Hunter's lawyer, Chris Clark, claimed in November to the New York Times. But records show, after people started digging, that the Chinese business records contradicts Clark's claim. It says later filings come from BHR isn't itself is filed last month from the Washington Examiner, and the 2021 annual report for BHR has an announced date of June the 20th, and it says that Hunter Biden that company still holds 10% stake in the Chinese oil company. So there you have it, folks. More corruption is coming to light. They're caught. They're caught red-handed, and it's all corrupt. That's all I'm going to say. It's all corrupt. But guess what? there's hope. It's all coming crashing down, and we win. God wins. We all win. And that's it for the headline hits today, folks. I will be back later tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Got another great guest on tonight. You're not going to want to miss this one. So it's going to be a fun time. We're going to talk about well, I'll just keep that a secret. All right, guys. Have a great day. God bless.